Welcome to episode 210 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It is Saturday, people. Saturday the 8th of May, 2021. I hope you're all doing all right out. I hope you're doing out. I hope you're doing all right out there. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place today, people. It looks like I've been crying. My fucking eyes, for some reason, are swollen as fuck underneath. It looks like I've been, you know, when you see someone who's been headbutted, just smack, and you get those puffy fucking, your eyes swell up. We all know what that feels like, people, don't we? If you don't know what it feels like to be headbutted, I thoroughly recommend the experience to you. It's you got to experience everything in life. Go out there, ask somebody to headbutt you, and experience it. But mine actually happened in a football game. When somebody's clash of heads. I've also had a knee in the nose as well, and it feels like that. But fucking hell, my eyes at the minute are fucking streaming. They're fucking red. They're fucking swollen. I have no idea whether it's a reaction to something or just general age that's finally overnight just kicked into me. So I don't know. They're fucking sore though, man. And you Google it. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't ever Google anything health related, because it will inevitably end up in you have cancer of the eyeballs or something like that, or skin cancer under your eyes, or everything ends with cancer. Everything ends with cancer. That's why they say like 1 in 2 of us are going to get cancer, because they just put it all down to any ailment they don't know. Yeah, you got fucking cancer. Really? Are you sure? Just got itchy eyes. Yeah, it's cancer of your eyelash there. It's a very rare form of cancer you've got. Thank you. And what do we do with that? Do we just shave the eyelashes off? No. You got 6 months. Start getting your affairs together. You're going to probably lose the eyelashes. Anyway, so yeah, I'm suffering a bit today. I don't know whether it's pollen related or something like that. It's been quite warm here recently, and the old fucking flowers come out. I feel a bit snotty as well, so it could be something to do with that, or might be. Who knows? It's another fucking ailment, people. So that we have to contend with. Other things we've had to contend with this week. I got the old car back, the old Blue Bullet. Fucking great. How are the wheels on that, Ben? Are they to your satisfaction? No, they're fucking not. Because they never fucking are, people, are they? And I've still got that Britishness about me, where we don't really complain about anything. I know, it seems difficult coming from me after listening to this podcast that I don't really complain about anything. There's a certain amount of irony there, but there's still that confrontational thing where it's difficult, like, to say, actually, I'm not happy with that. I checked the car over. I went down. I got dropped off and went down to pick my car up. And did I get dropped off, or did I get Yeah, I got dropped off, yeah. That's the worst thing as well, being dropped off by your mother. At the age of 44, being dropped off by your mother to pick up your car, and not. I didn't realise straight away. There was a few fucking. Where they've put the rim, the tyre back on the rim, the wheel, the actual wheel. They've scraped. They've obviously used a bar or something to do it, and just scrape round the inside of the fucking wheel. And then the spray job they've done on it isn't great. These were the people, by the way, who were recommended to me. Can nobody do their job these days? Is that it? Is it always a half-assed effort? And then you ring up afterwards and they say, oh, well, sorry about that, bring it down. again. So you've got to drive all the way down to Milton Keynes. And the excuse they give is, we've been really busy. Well, I'm quite busy. Is this why you do shoddy workmanship? Because you've been really busy? So there's scrapes around there. Where there's scrapes around the side, there's fucking like the orange peel texture. That orange peely shitty spray texture on the inside of the wheel as well. And so I've got to fucking take that. Nothing's ever easy, is it, people? All I want is what's most important to me is to get my fucking wheels done properly. It's I don't know, it's a fucking ball ache, innit? I've got to take it down there. That's going to be down there for 2 days again. They're probably, I'm having faith in them. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. So I've got to take that in Monday. So I'm giving them the fucking benefit of the doubt that they can actually sort the wheels out. But in the back of my head now, I'm thinking I'm just going to take it down there and it's going to be a shit job again. And the woman comes out, she goes, "Oh, you're happy with it? Well, there's a few scrapes around there. Oh, that'll just come off. That's just like some of the grease they've put on the wheel." And you don't really inspect it that much because you're like, oh, part of you doesn't want to inspect it that much because you're like, oh, I don't want to find anything. I don't want to find anything right now that's going to, I've already paid you like 275 quid for this. I don't really want to find anything that is that's going to put me off or just give me that, that sunken feeling inside where you go, oh, God, you were the ones who were recommended to me as being the best. You're the best, and this still isn't good enough. So it was when I gave it a good inspection when I got home, and I was just like, nah, I ain't happy with this. And I tell myself, under these situations, I start telling myself, and I know when I'm not happy about something, because I'm like, I can live with that. It's all right. I can live with that. It's okay. I can live with that. And then it just fucking eats away at me. And I go back to it and have a look. And then I'm like, yeah, I can live with that. And then I start kidding myself I can live with it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, fuck it! No! You haven't done the job I fucking paid you to do. And the next minute you're on the phone, aren't you? And you try and be apologetic at first, don't you? And you go, look, I'm really sorry about this. I'm just ringing up. And trying to keep a fucking lid on it. Just seeing that meter go to about 5 out of 10. If they say anything, that's just going to fucking flip. And I was hovering about 4 or 5 out of 10. And then the woman said, well, can you send some photos? And I was just like, I'm not retaking photos of it. I'm just bringing it down for you to do the job that I paid you for. If that's okay. Is that all right with you, sweetheart? The job that you said you could do, I'll pay you for that. I'm happy to pay you for that. I want to give you the money so the wheels come back exactly how they should do. So I got the ball ache of fucking dropping that off again. And obviously it's not in Northampton, it's in Milton Keynes. So I've got to drop that down there on Monday. It's going to be away for like 2-3 days. The spray job on it is pretty shit though, to be honest. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's everything, isn't it? It's maybe this eye thing is stress. That could be it, couldn't it? Or an allergic reaction to the fucking spray paint they put on there. Who knows? Who knows what it is? Anyway, let's have a bit of tea. It's just the thought that you've got to go back. They don't inconvenience themselves by saying, oh, we'll put it on the back of a low loader, or we'll come and get the wheels, we'll give you some spare wheels. Now you're inconvenienced again for another 3 days because they couldn't do the job, because they were busy, because we're short-staffed because Corona. Don't take on the job then. If you're short-staffed due to coronavirus, yeah, a lot of businesses are, Just don't take on the job. Just say, look, we're short-staffed at the minute. We can't do anything. Don't do a half-assed fucking job. Like, under the spray paint, there was, like, fucking dust on there. Like, under the actual paint. You could run your finger along it like that and then, you know, like, pick off bits of paint because there's dust underneath. And obviously the paint's not stuck properly and just covered the dust. And you could pick off the dust paint. Fucking bastards, man. Fucking bastards. Anyway. Talking about mysterious illnesses, this is related to my either dry eye. That's what I'm going to start calling it, dry eye, because my fucking eyes are fucking dry as fuck, puffy as fuck. They look a bit dodgy in the old... I just look fucking old and worn out today, people. This could be it, couldn't it? This is the start... This episode 210, this could be the start of the slide, can't it? You know, God, he looks old for his age, doesn't he? You know, all that sort of shit. That's it, innit? This could be the start of, you know, people discussing why you look so old. It's because, you know, apparently he had his wheels done and it just aged him overnight. That's it. They don't, in these adverts for moisturiser and fucking, hey man, this will make you look 10 years younger. They don't take into account fucking stress of dealing with people or dealing with companies on a daily fucking basis, do they? Hey, do you want to stay young looking? Just don't ever deal with anybody. Don't talk to anybody. Don't buy anything. You'll be fucking immortal. That's it. But every time you speak to somebody, you deal with a company who don't give a fuck. You know, you have the hassle of fucking somebody parking too close next to you in a fucking car park, so then you've got to fucking rap on their window to say, is there any chance, because I can't get in my fucking car, you can move your car out or something like that? Or you see somebody throwing a bit of rubbish out of a car. You know, somebody shortchanges you. You know, somebody bumps into you in a fucking supermarket with a trolley because they're too busy on their fucking phone. You buy something from a company and it's fucked when it turns up. They send it out the warehouse and it's fucked, so you have to send it back. Then you have to get it onto customer services. Every time, just another little fucking wrinkle just appears. Just another little, you know, scowl line turns up on your head until you're fucking ravaged. You look like one of these homeless guys who's had a fucking hard life, you know, weather beaten. Jesus Christ, you been mountaineering or something? You look weather beaten. No, I just had to bought something off of Amazon and had to send it back. That's why I look ravaged. I buy too much stuff off eBay and Amazon that doesn't turn out to be the quality that I expect. That's it, isn't it? Jesus. These people who have aged well, like my parents' generation and that, they've never had to deal with sending something back to Amazon or eBay. That's why. Jesus. Anyway. What are we talking about? I just had some cake as well. That is not the best way to start a day, is it? Maybe it's something to do with your diet, Ben. Maybe it's getting up on a Saturday morning and the first thing you eat is coffee cake. That may have something to do with your deteriorating locks. Maybe coffee cake isn't going to help generate collagen in your skin and give you that zesty, bright look about yourself. Maybe that's why you're fucking haggard. You're drinking too much fucking tea and eating cake for breakfast. Don't judge me, people. Don't judge me. It was just there. It was calling to me. I've only got so much willpower. You know? It was in the fridge. I had some of it yesterday. There was far too big a slice. You know, you want a decent slice, but then that leaves a small slice, and you're like, well, what's the point in leaving that? I might as well have all of it. My old hunter-gatherer DNA kicking in there. Isn't it? The old ancestors. Oh, it's a sugar rush. This'll get me hunting those mammoths later on. And, yeah, and I had the fucking cake. Yeah, you judge me. Go on, you judge me. It was fucking nice, though. But, anyway, let's have a bit of tea. Why would we not have a bit of tea? Anyway, yeah, so in Canada, mystery diseases, doctors are investigating a mystery brain disease in Canada. I'm thinking it's something to do with the water. It always is, isn't it? It always is. I've seen Erin Brockovich, man. I've seen that shit. It's always something to do with the water. Doctors in Canada have been coming across patients showing symptoms of similar to that of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Now, that was the old, that was big time in the 90s, I think it was, Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, with the old mad cow disease, where our beef, good old English beef, started to go fucking mental. Just going, not the sort of mental of, sitting there with a therapist saying where they're really bored, but like where we had the brain disease, BSE, weren't it, in cattle, and then it got transferred over to a couple of humans, and then that was that was one of the many, 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 many health scares we've had over the years, haven't we? It was that, weren't it? The fucking cattle going mad. They're going to break into your house, fucking rob you. Then it was bird flu, swine flu, and now here we are, coronavirus, fucking bat flu, innit? Sorry about the cough there, people. Almost 2 years ago, Roger Ellis collapsed at home with a seizure on his 40th wedding anniversary. Wow. That's what marriage does to you, baby. And then they found out, actually, it wasn't married life at all. In his early 60s, Mr. Ellis, who was born and raised around New Brunswick, had been healthy until that June and was enjoying his retirement after decades working as an industrial mechanic. There you go. His son, Steve Ellis, says that after the fateful day, his father's health rapidly declined. He had delusions, hallucinations, weight loss, aggression, repetitive speech. Jesus Christ, I need to get myself checked out. That could be what I've got. At one point, he couldn't even walk. So in the span of 3 months, we were being brought to... So one widely known category is variant CJD, which is linked to eating contaminated meat infected with mad cow disease. There we go. CJD also belongs to a wider category of brain disorders like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and ALS, in which protein in the nervous system become misfolded and aggregated. So, is it just this guy, Radio Canada public broadcaster, obtained a copy of the public health memo that had been sent to provinces? So basically, they reckon they've been eating fucking dodgy meat. Oh shit, yeah. The province says it's currently tracking 48 cases. Jesus, evenly split between men and women. Well, that's nice. It's nice to see there's a bit of equality when it comes to CJD these days. That's a very 2021 CJD, that is. I imagine the one in the 90s was primarily targeted at women because they had it so hard. Those patients are from the Acadian Peninsula and Moncton areas of New Brunswick. 6 people are believed to have died from the illness. Yeah, there was a massive spate of people dying. And then they cut British beef. Although there was the famous thing of like some politician feeding his like young daughter, you know, a burger and having it like videoed. That was a big thing over here. And hey, British beef is fine. Stuff this down your face, daughter. There you go. This will enhance my political career at the cost of your health, possibly. It's amazing when politicians do that, isn't it? Here you go. Made a big scene of, like, in the 90s of fucking getting his daughter to eat a burger. There you go, fuck it. It's my career, innit? You know, I've been told to do this by the Prime Minister. I'm sorry if you develop CJD at a later date. But enjoy the burger for what it is. Fucking ruthless, aren't they? Politicians, fucking ruthless. Your own daughter. There you go, there's a big beef scare. You could get some fucking hideous brain disorder, but we've got to do this photo op, baby. This is why I had you. At first, there can be behavioural changes, apparently, like anxiety, depression, and irritability, along with unexplained pain, muscle aches, and spasms in previous healthy individuals. Frequently, patients develop difficulty sleeping, severe insomnia or hypersomnia, and memory problems. There can be fast advancing language impairments that make it difficult to communicate and hold a fluent conversation. Jesus, this is me! Any regular listeners will know that. Issues like stuttering or word repetition. There we go. Smashed it there. Nice joke, Ben. Thank you. What are we on? Yeah, so this is sweeping Canada at the moment. As the cows are lolloping along. It looks pretty bad, to be perfectly honest. But this is one of those things, though, that will be in the news 1 minute and then it won't. They'll discover some sort of scandal about it. It'll be all hushed up. Those people will just, you know, they'll put them in a side room somewhere like that where only their family can visit them. They'll specifically put in a back door. So they'll usher the family in to see him and that, and then they'll get a fucking silent little payoff. And then anybody else who has those symptoms, they'll just be like, this is totally unrelated to that fucking chemical spillage we had fucking years ago. Don't trust anyone, man. Jesus, don't trust anyone. Talking about politicians, we've had the old local elections here. I don't vote, people. Man, because I'm a fucking renegade. You know what I mean? You'll never take me, government. You'll never get me to sign on the dotted line. I've just closed something down here, and it was quite a good story. Is that it? No. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. You close down one window and then two close down. Yeah, so, we've got the local elections here at the moment, which is sort of like councillors and shit like that, and all the stuff comes round, so, you know. I don't really see how it changes my life that much. I don't really see how any sort of voting really changes my life. To be particularly honest, there was a nice thing where a police commissioner got bit by a dog. You probably not got that vote, me old booty. What are we on? 24 minutes? Holy fucking shit. We'll have to get this in before we go. This was the last. This is going to be the last bit, but it's fucking. It's one of them. It's one of them stories where you're like, oh god, somebody's honestly complained about this. Somebody's honestly, you know, Disneyland Snow White ride attacked for kiss without her consent. This is a very 2021 thing. Yes, kissing somebody without their consent is bad, but it's a fucking fable, isn't it? It's a fucking story, you know. Because Snow White's asleep and the prince kisses her when she's asleep, you know. Suddenly this is, the prince should be Me Too'd and up in court. Disneyland's revamped Snow White ride has become the latest target of cancel culture. because it features the iconic kiss by Prince Charming that happens. His name's Prince Charming. He's not Prince Rapey, is he? You know, it would be a little bit more dodgy if it was that, wouldn't it? Prince Fingers. That happens as she sleeps and without her consent. The theme park in Anaheim, California, opened Friday for the first time in more than 400 days since the pandemic started, showing off its newly revamped Snow White's Enchanted Wish. Snow White's fucking enforced fucking nightmare, more like, isn't it? Snow White's enforced nightmare. But it was not Enchanted Wish, but it was immediately ripped in a review that said the park should have reimagined the 1938 cartoon classic to avoid ending with the iconic True Love's kiss that awakens Snow White. What's he do? Wake her up for? First, he's got a fucking team of lawyers behind him, old Prince Charming. Is there any chance you can just sign there, and there? Okay, you done all of that? Pucker up, bitch. CFG Gate reviewers Katie Dowd and Julie Tremaine attacked the ride for including the kiss he gives to her without her consent while she's asleep. So what do? She just keeps sleeping and doesn't wake up? Which cannot possibly be true love if only one person knows it's happening. Really? Oh, God. Is this what it... No, it's a fucking... Were you not aware of this before you got on the fucking ride? Who's not aware of Snow White? The Snow White story? You know what I mean? Who's not aware? People are just looking for things now. Haven't we already agreed that consent in early Disney movies is a major issue? Of course it is. The pair wrote on the site, the digital home of San Francisco Chronicle, that teaching kids that kissing when it hasn't been established if both parties are willing to engage is not okay. It's hard to understand why the Disneyland of 2021 would choose to add a scene with such old-fashioned ideas of what a man is allowed to do to a woman. He's not slipping her the finger, is he? You know, he's not Bill Cosby, is he? Slipping something in her fucking drink. And then the next minute she comes round and he's using her like a fucking glove puppet. Jesus. Why not reimagine an ending in keeping with the spirit of the movie and Snow White's place in the Disney canon, but that avoids this problem? The harsh review sparked outrage online, with many accusing woke liberals, they're the worst sort of liberals, of taking cancel culture too far. But the whole thing about this, and I'm not oblivious to this or anything like that. I'm not oblivious to any of this, but people like this are doing this to make it go viral as well, aren't they? Because they want, in the back of my head, I always think people make these stupid statements about stuff. It's a fucking kids thing. I know it's a kiss, but you don't have to completely sexualize it. It's she's waking up. It's a fucking metaphor anyway, isn't it, Snow White? For becoming a woman. Isn't it? Isn't it a big fucking metaphor for that? That's what all these fucking fables were, weren't they? Like how, she goes from being a young girl into womanhood, I don't know. Did you think you would rewrite the freaking story? A woman named Alison asked. But like in the back of my mind, I always think these people who make these statements and that, they just want traffic going through their fucking site, don't they? They're just picking at it, using something like that when there's real life issues about consent and fucking, all of the horrible shit that goes on. This sort of drawing attention to this sort of thing just trivializes the whole debate about that. That's what they're doing. They're just trivializing by picking this. Then people will link that to real sort of fucking sexual assault cases and shit like that. And just and it just trivializes the whole argument and muddies the waters, doesn't it? Taking something ridiculous like this essentially has a knock-on effect where people go, well, you know, like, all this consent bollocks is rubbish. Look what they did with Snow White. I don't know, man. I grew up with fairy tales and very much understood the importance of consent. Allow children to enjoy the magic of fairy tales. Yeah, you're not... Who's using that to teach kids about, you know, consent anyway? Who's using Disney movies for their morality? You know what I mean? I know there's a certain moral, there's always a moral aspect to fucking Disney films and shit like that. Oh, but children take all this in. Yes, but you can fucking explain to them, you know. He's just kissing her to wake her up, and that's meant to be true love, isn't it? You know. It was not true love. He's not fucking bending her over, you know, tag teaming in the fucking 7 dwarfs, is he? Just one after another fucking pounding her. Jesus. I don't know. Anyway, that's my opinion of it. It's fucking, you know, everything gets politicalized and sexualized these days, doesn't it? It's a fucking film. It's a fucking kids' film that was ripped off from a fucking fable or story that came years before that. Anyway, that is episode 210 of the Ben Briggs podcast. If you want to contact me at all, it is just podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. I will be back on Tuesday, motherfuckers. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'll speak to you then. Take care.